According to your data, container shipping rates from Asia to Europe, they're up 50% since these attacks started. Give us a sense. How meaningful are these attacks to the supply chain in Europe and also globally? Are we going to feel that here in the U.S.?
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is that container rates have risen quite a bit since we've seen these attacks start to take place. But if you sort of compare it to where we were 2 years ago, we're still down 70%. So we're talking about a 50% increase, but going up from $1,000 to about $1,700 a container. But we were over $10,000 a container from China to Europe last year or 2 years ago. So we're talking about a dramatic increase, but in context, it's nothing compared to what we saw during the COVID highs.
Got it. So there was some talk about supply shortages in Europe, maybe some shelves being empty, things taking longer to get there. You also gave us some data about the U.S. supply chain, container shipping rates from Asia to the U.S. West Coast up double digits since these attacks. So whether it be in Europe, Asia, America, are you expecting that we're going to see shortages of things, empty shelves, the kind of things that we did see during the pandemic?
Not here in the United States. The U.S. doesn't have significant dependability on the Suez, so it's not a major issue. And so most of the trade goes from China to the United States or from Asia to the West Coast. And so really, when we look at these impacts, it's mostly going to be focused on Europe.
Are there any long-term implications? We've seen the Biden administration try to build a coalition to address some of this tension in the Red Sea and these conflicts. Are there long-term implications to all this?
Europe has to step up and really take ownership. I mean, this is going to impact them far greater than it does the United States. But long term, this certainly promotes a trend that we've seen since really COVID, is more domestic onshoring manufacturing, companies moving their supply chains back to the Americas. It promotes production in places like Mexico and Colombia, frankly, because supply chain professionals don't want to deal with geopolitical risk and potential of disruptions that are well outside their control.